Welcome to my first ever devlog for my dream game, Fields to Kingdoms. Fields to Kingdoms is a game I have been working on for 5 months now, and it is a massively multiplayer online strategy game. My name is Fen, I'm the sole developer working on this game, and today I'm super excited to take you on a journey and show you what I've been working on these last few months. So, what is Fields to Kingdoms? At its core, Fields to Kingdoms is a persistent game in which players are split into 4 different kingdoms, and across the period of a single game, work together to gather resources, expand their kingdoms, and wage war with the rival kingdoms and NPCs in the world. The main reason I wanted to build Fields to Kingdoms is I always wanted to experience an online strategy game where players assume different roles and responsibilities. So the main gameplay element of Fields to Kingdoms is that at the beginning of every game, players choose a role that they will assume for the rest of the game. Every role will have its own unique tasks, gameplay, and really shape the way how you contribute to your kingdom. So far, I am planning on adding 6 roles to the game: the farmer, miner, lumberjack, commander, officer, and royals. Farmers are responsible for growing food, which is essential for feeding the kingdom and driving the economy. Miners dig deep into the earth to extract vital resources like stone, iron, coal, gold, and other precious resources. They'll be supplying the raw materials for buildings such as castles, fortresses, and more, while also crafting and selling weapons and armor. Lumberjacks gather wood and other forest resources. Their job is to supply the kingdom with timber for building structures, crafting tools, building siege engines, and more. Commanders lead the charge in combat. They will be able to build castles and fortresses, army bases, access to stronger units, and attack enemy territories to expand their kingdom's control over the map. Officers protect the kingdom from the outside. They are all about maintaining order and defending the kingdom. They set up outposts, deploy guards, and make sure your kingdom stays safe from raids and sabotage. Royals, on the other hand, manage the kingdom. They control stuff such as taxes and resource management, and also have the ability to invoke kingdom-wide buffs and also build special endgame structures. Now, let's get into some gameplay. So far, I have only really worked on the farmer role, but I'm going to start into the other roles really soon. In Fields to Kingdoms, all roles can build buildings within a radius of their settlement. Players start with 1 settlement, but are able to add more as more territories are captured by the kingdoms. When a building is placed, it costs some resources and takes some time to build. Once it's done, it can be selected and ordered to do stuff. In this case, I've placed a farm, which I'm now going to use to produce some food. I have not really built a strong economy for the farmer role yet, but that's quite next on my list to do, and I should be able to demo it really soon. All roles are also able to decide how much of a resource they want to produce. They will take some time to produce, and you can upgrade the buildings to produce resources faster. Once the food is ready, it can be processed by other buildings. In this case, I will take my food and sell it for gold. This is super basic now, and this is there just to give you an idea. In reality, I want players to build a tiered production chain where basic raw materials go through refinement and eventually are combined with other resources to create higher grade resources. But more of that in another video. Now, let's look at some units. First, let's build a training field, which is a farmer structure which can build farmer-only units. Once a training field has been built, it is able to produce units. Let's train a peasant militia, which is a test unit I've configured right now just for testing purposes. Once the unit is ready, you can see I am able to freely control and move him around the map. Let's reinforce the unit with some recruits to beef him up. Recruits can be produced from different types of buildings, and they are the main way of beefing up and healing units. They also influence the amount of damage a unit does, so the more recruits, the more the damage. Units can also be upgraded to increase the maximum number of recruits that they can take. You'll notice the map is full of mobs. So far, I've only set up 1 type of mob, but it's enough to showcase the combat system. Word of warning though, the combat animations are still a bit basic, but it's something which will be beefed up in the future. Let's order our peasants to attack this enemy mob. You will see that they approach the mob, and once they're close enough, combat will automatically start. They will start dealing damage to each other, and since our units are more reinforced, they do more damage and will win the battle. Here, I train the cavalry units, which can obviously go faster, but they deal a bit less damage. It's not implemented yet, but I want to add the classic trifecta of cavalry, spearmen, and swordsman units, where cavalry are strong against swordsmen, but weak against spearmen. Spearmen are good against cavalry, but weak against swordsmen, and swordsmen are good against spearmen, but weak against cavalry. Obviously, I also want to add range units, such as archers and siege engines. Here, I'm attacking a higher level mob, and it doesn't look like I'm doing well. In fact, it looks like I'm going to completely lose the unit. But, if a player helps me, you can see that we can out-damage the higher level mob and win the battle. Finally, let's talk about the world. As you can see, I've implemented a sort of infinite zoom, which is able to go out really far and really show you the scale of the world map and all the different territories. All the different territories have different levels, with the ones in the middle of the map being the highest level. The higher the level of a territory, the more resources buildings in it provide, as well as the higher the level of the mobs which spawn inside it. I also plan to add NPC factions and cities in some of the higher level territories, which will provide resources and buffs to the kingdoms who will control them. As I zoom out, you can see the 3 other kingdoms in the map. Every single kingdom starts on a different side of the map, and it's up to the players to decide how to conquer the map and attack the enemy kingdoms, but more on territories and how to conquer them in the next video. So, that's a brief overview of what I did so far. I've got a lot of exciting features in the works, and I'm looking forward to sharing more updates with you as development continues. If you want to stay up to date with the project or sign up for playtesting, please make sure to sign up on the game's website, join Discord, and follow the game on social media. I really want to kick off the first playtesting session in the next few weeks, so please sign up if you're interested in participating. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next devlog.